I had an offer of 10 million USD to buy my company. And I was like, nope.
What's your biggest insecurity?
I didn't always sound like this. I wasn't always this confident. I was a shy kid with a lisp.
No way.
Yeah. People think it's easy and fun. Oh gosh, you guys get paid to be on the radio? It's hard, man. We wake up at 4 a.m. I don't fly private. I've never flown private. I don't want to do that scene. I was offered a job back home in Australia for a lot of money, life-changing money. I stayed in Dubai. 90% of radio presenters aren't getting paid well.
What is the most overrated thing about fame? Hello and welcome back to the Dream with Dr. Sheen podcast, the show where the science of success meets lived experience. I am Sheen, your host, and today's guest is Kris Fade. Kris is a Dubai-based Australian-Lebanese media personality, entrepreneur, and TV star known for his high-energy presence across radio, television, and business. He's the host of Virgin Radio Dubai's The Kris Fade Show, one of the region's top breakfast radio programs, and a cast member on Netflix's Dubai Bling. Beyond media, he is the founder of Fade Fit and is involved in Dubai's entertainment scene through ventures like Pepperoni Comedy Club. He's widely recognized as one of the most influential entertainment personalities in the Middle East. And in this episode, Kris shares how he rebuilt his life in his 30s and turned uncertainty in a new country into his greatest advantage. From arriving in Dubai in 2007 to facing personal and professional breaking points, he opens up about reinvention, discipline, and learning how to create opportunity instead of waiting for it. If you're an expat in a new country or someone with big ambitions, this episode shows how Kris transforms setbacks, identity shifts, and bold decisions into long-term success and how you can do the same. I hope you enjoy this episode as much as I did. Hi, Kris.
So good to be here. Thank you for having me.
No, I am honored to have you here. I will start by telling people how we met the first time. I don't think you remember, but I think I told you before. It was my first big campaign that I was doing, I think 3 years ago. And we were all invited to this dinner. And then I was trying to take a selfie of me with the Burj Khalifa, and you were sitting across. We had not been introduced yet. And you said, "Oh, I'll take it for you." And I remember thinking, "Oh, that's so nice. That's so sweet."
Was it when they lit up the Burj Khalifa for one of the events?
Correct.
I remember that.
It was that one. We were at that restaurant. And
yes, outside. I totally remember.
Yeah.
Well, that was our first time.
First time we met.
Awesome.
And honestly, Kris, since then, I think I came to Dubai 5 years ago.
You're fresh.
I know. Since then, I knew your voice on the radio. But then over the years, even in the short amount of time here, I've seen you explode massively in the region. And I just feel so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And my first question is, who is Kris off the mic?
The same guy that's on the mic. Because, I'm the same person. Most people know me. Whoever knows me in real life versus behind a microphone or behind a camera, it's pretty much the same person.
Same person.
Yeah. I try to be as real and as authentic. If I'm loud and obnoxious, you'll probably feel that sometimes in real life. You'll hear that on the radio. If I'm calm and loving, you'll have that in real life. You'll hear that on the radio. I think really it's just me. I mean, I try not to pretend to be someone that I'm not. And I think that's where kind of success lands with some people, is the authenticity side of things. And I try to be I would hope that the people that know me personally would say, yeah, that's him. It's this pretty much, probably sometimes more elevated off radio than I am on radio or on a screen. There is a side that's even louder and more, maybe not so PG that some people get to see. But, I try to keep who I am. I'm a father first and foremost. I'm a husband. I'm an entertainer. But at the end of the day, I just want to be me, who I've grown into be, But
you know what they say, success just amplifies who you truly are. And I think for you, that just shows.
Thanks.
And fun story, a friend of mine, her cousin has been here for a long time, Farah, big fan of yours. And she's like, since back in the day, she would DM you and you would always respond. Until now, you still respond.
Cool.
So I think it's true.
I can't get to everyone now, but especially early on in my career, I made it a point, even from a radio station point of view, that we made sure that we responded to people. People sometimes, if you're trying to get into this space of whatever it is, entertaining, influencing, content creation, you're trying to build a brand. When people message you, that's a customer coming to your door. That is a customer knocking on your shop front. Could you imagine some customer knocking on your door and you looking at them and then allowing them to walk away. So especially in that early part of my career, I made sure that I responded to every single message that I received. I still try to do it now.
You still do.
I don't succeed.
Yeah, it's too much now.
It's too much, but I definitely try to go through all my messages. And if I open up my inbox now, there are so many. And you know what I do sometimes? I screenshot them, and
then
I just keep them for myself because it motivates me to continue doing what I do. I want to try to find one yesterday that I screenshotted because was
it a really nice one?
It's like you realize what I do, and what I realize is what I do is pretty impactful sometimes, and you know that, we feel that, but sometimes you don't read it. All right, so I found it. It says, loved your message about staying in Dubai. I've recently made a choice to stay here for work, which I'm sure you're going to talk to me about. Yeah. Nearly 7 years ago, just after my son's father passed away, I accidentally threw away a paper you signed for him. When I called the radio station to ask for a replacement autograph, you invited us into the radio station. My son had expressed some very dark thoughts at that time, and I had been telling him that he needs to stay because life is so full of joy and many wonderful surprises. Being invited to your show was one of those moments. It was a turning point for him, a joyful surprise to point to the evidence of how his life would be more beautiful than he could ever imagine, even after losing his father. Thank you for this gift. Thank you for being part of our community. There's a bit more, but it's a bit personal, which I won't read. But like reading that, like that gave me goosebumps now.
It choked me up.
Yeah, like, and it, I'm not a crier. I mean, occasionally, but like I felt it. I'm a father, and I've got children, and me just inviting that young man to come into my studio this many years ago has resonated and changed that life. And I get messages like that. Not so deep all the time, but I get a lot of those type of messages. We make an impact on the radio. And that's what I want to continue doing. That's a beautiful thing. That's something that money can't buy. And, you need to build that audience, but you need to build that love and respect and loyalty with them as well, and that trust. And after 19 years of radio here in the UAE, I have that, and I love that, and I don't disrespect it. I cherish it. I cherish that every day.
But I think, Kris, it's beautiful that first of all, thank you for sharing that. I think the way you've built the brand is gorgeous. And I think your success reflects the amount of effort that you put in behind everything. You can see, like, just today I was driving in and I saw you on the metro station. And
I'm everywhere.
You and Alfred.
I'm Alfred from two of the loudest voices in the country combined to be billboards. I know, right?
And I'm like, it's so nice to see you there. And I know you've started Pepperoni Club. There's also the radio. There's Fade Fit. You've done so much. And I think, when I came on the radio a few weeks ago, the number of people who messaged me, who I know personally, my friends and family, who were like, this is your official stamp of success in Dubai now.
Because you've been on the Kris Fade show on Virgin. I love that. Yeah, I love it. But that took me and the team, Pretty, Rossi, Nala, all of us together. Like, we've been doing it. It's not easy. It is. People think it's easy and fun. They think, oh gosh, you guys get paid to be on the radio. It's like, it's hard, man. We wake up at 4 a.m. Oh. It's not normal. It's hard work. I'm blessed to wake up at 4 a.m. and go to a radio studio, not wake up at 4 a.m. and start digging holes outside and doing construction. And that's a blessing. As I drive to work sometimes around 5 a.m, I do see some workers in the buses going to construction sites, and I give myself a little thanks to God, and I give them a little bit of love, and I'm like, go get it, boys. Like they're working so hard, and that's why I don't complain as much. But what we do is not an easy job as well. People think, oh yeah, you guys go talk behind a microphone for 4 hours and then you just leave. It's like, please, I wish it was, but we have fun doing it. But again, really grateful to be here. And I think everything just has to be real. I try to keep it as real as I can,
So, in the spirit of keeping it real, what has success cost you?
My health. Again, waking up early takes a toll on you mentally and physically. People don't realize that. I live with ailments like I've got a neck issue which I'm supposed to have surgery on, which I've been putting off because I don't want to take the month off to do the surgery because it's a month of rehab afterwards, and you get that. It costs me time with my family. I miss my kids' morning school runs. I never do it. I've never done none. I barely get to do it. My son too graduated from. They did a father and son day the other day, and I couldn't go. Thankfully, my father was there, and I sent my father instead. But those are the little things that you miss. But I look at the blessings that I have on the other end, and life is about weighing it up and sacrifices, and success hasn't. I mean, I'm grateful for my success. Anywhere I go in the world, I'll get stopped. Anywhere. And some people are like, doesn't that get annoying? I'm like, well, it'd probably get annoying if it stopped.
Yeah, then you worry. You're like,
if I stopped, I'd be like, well, what's going on? Am I not building what I'm doing anymore? People don't know me, and it's not about like the ego. It's not because I want people to stop me. I was in Washington a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just walking the streets, and I walk into this cafe, and the girl that owns the cafe, she's like, oh my gosh, what is Kris Fade doing here? And like just had this beautiful conversation with this random woman. Happened in Japan at 3:00 in the morning at a little noodle bar. Like anywhere I go in the world, and I love that. Like, again, it's not about the ego. I love the human connection. Everything I get to do. I think human connection is so, so real. And once you find it, and once you're able to connect with another person, it's the best feeling ever. That's what I think life's about, just connecting with one another, putting a smile on someone else's face. If you can leave meeting someone, even if it's for a split second, and put a smile on their face, you have won your day. Downstairs here at this studio, there's a Costa Coffee. There's a guy there. We just had the best interaction, and he left with a smile on his face. I left with a smile on my face. And it was 3 minutes. We were talking for 3 minutes. He knew who I was, but we had this cool little interaction. He actually gave me a little gift as I left, right? And we took a selfie. I'm going to post that on my Instagram. But we both just walked out of there smiling. And I was like, that's what life's about. If you can do more of that, you win.
Yeah.
Especially
if you are able to connect with people who are across borders, who are different to you, who have nothing in common with you. The world would be such a much better place if we were all able to do that.
Yeah, especially social media. Social media is a place where a lot of hate lives, unfortunately. And I always talk about like the trolling of obviously keyboard warriors and people that everyone has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. And here's where they go wrong. Everyone has an opinion on how you should be, right? They're judging who everyone else should be. Now, if you do something on social media, or if I see you do something and I don't like it, that's not my decision to judge it on how you should be, if it's right or wrong. I'm not you.
You're right.
I didn't have your upbringing. I didn't have your parents. I didn't have your love or non-love. I didn't have your life experiences. So the way that you have handled this, whatever situation it is the way that you want to handle it. And even if I don't agree with it, that's okay. But it's not my life. I won't judge your life because I never came from it. And that's where social media, I'll put something up on social media and like, I get a lot of love, obviously. I get a lot of love.
Yeah.
Tremendous amounts. But if I put something up, I'll always get someone like, oh, look at that. That's disgusting what he's doing, or da-da-da. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not you. You're not me.
Yeah.
You don't know my relationship maybe with my wife. I put a video up the other day. On the radio, everyone knows I'm obsessed with Dua Lipa.
Of course, right? We all know that.
We're all obsessed with Dua Lipa. Come on.
I was mourning with you. Don't worry.
Thank you. She got married.
Yes, I know.
And I put a little conversation up between my wife and I.
I know. It was so funny.
Cute, right?
Yeah.
Got a couple of million views, right?
Yeah.
And I know when things start to go viral on social media, things are going viral when you start getting the hate.
Of course.
Or you start getting the weird comments.
The more viral it is, the more hate you get.
And so first it started off with all laughs. And the conversation, if people are listening or watching this, is basically, it's me going, babe, to my wife, Dua Lipa just got married. And then my beautiful wife, Brianna, she's playing along with me. She's like, oh, how do you feel? I said, baby, it's going to hurt, but I'll be okay. She goes, okay, honey, I'm here if you need anything.
What a good sport.
What a great relationship we have. Like my wife and I, like best relationship.
I love that.
Love it, right? Yeah. That's the type of relationship you actually do want.
She's your best friend.
Yes,
really.
you want that relationship. If she turned around and told me some guy crush that she had got married and she's upset, I wouldn't accept it. I'm Arab. No, I would laugh with her. You know what I mean? We have a laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you start getting comments like, what a disrespectful man he is. Another one like, how could you be in a relationship with a man like that? And I'm like, oh my gosh, people are wild. They don't understand. And so social media is so powerful, but it's got this dark side that I wish would stop. And, you know, recently they put a rule in place, which is, it started off in Australia. The UK's put it. We're here in the UAE with under 15s not being able to be on social media.
Love that.
And I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm okay with not having them on social media right now until we can behave all like adults. I don't think we all deserve to be on it. And I don't want the kids to see what we're seeing. I also believe that I wish the world, and this would never happen, but I wish we could have a blackout. I wish we could have a week of no social media globally. Right. It's like they come down, they say, until you can all behave, we are shutting off everyone's social media for 1 week. Oof. And when we come back, if you're not behaving, we're going off again. A bit of a detox.
I would love that.
I think they do it in Bali. I think in Bali there's a detox day where everything gets shut off,
and
right?
there's no power or anything.
Bring it on.
Wouldn't that be
nice?
Bring
it on.
Oh my God. You know, Kris, one comment I got literally 2 days ago, and the comment literally read, firstly, ew. Secondly, ew. And it stayed with me.
It's funny though. Like, you gotta laugh at it. You have to laugh at it.
You have to.
You can't take it personally.
Oh my God.
You've just got to laugh. What were they saying ooh about?
About me talking about something. I guess that's all the comments said. Nothing else. And I was like, okay.
Here it is. Hurt people, right?
Agreed.
If you're not hurting, you probably won't want to hurt anyone else. If you're hurting somehow, you're hurting other people, be it through Instagram, social media, comments, personally when you're talking to them. So hurt people. Try not to hurt people. You're the bully. You're the bully at school. I don't think I've ever, I think I put one quote kind of trolling comment on someone's account once.
Why?
One. Because he was talking crap about Dubai.
Oh, what did you say?
And that one got me. Because when you talk about my city, I get like, I get it.
We're really, a little bit defensive.
I get really defensive, especially when you've never been here.
Yes.
It was a comedian in the UK. Most of them are usually Brits, by the way. And I love UK and I love the Brits. But damn, you love to throw shade on Dubai.
They love it.
I don't know why, right?
They love it.
So this comedian was doing, I don't know, it was just something, talking shade. I just put a comment. Like maybe if you actually were here, you could afford a mobile phone because he was talking into, I think, a nasal spray, right? My comment got about, I think, 20,000 likes. However, his reply on my comment got like 100,000 likes. Like they were all going at me. They were all going at me. Like it was like everyone was just going at me. But I was like, I'm okay with putting a troll there. Yeah. I then DM'd him because he's a comedian.
Yeah.
And I said to him, one day, I'd love you to come to Dubai. I will fly you to Dubai.
Oh, wow.
And come and perform in my comedy club, the Pepperoni Comedy Club.
Oh, wow.
I would love, because once you come to this city,
you'll change your mind.
Yeah, pretty instantly you change it, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't get a reply. I don't know if he saw it, but I didn't get a reply.
God.
But, you know, as much as I was putting a trolling message out, there was actually love there and I wanted him to come and experience it.
I think it takes a lot to troll someone who is trying to do something good or something that doesn't impact anyone negatively. Why would you?
Yeah.
But you know, speaking of like the Dubai hate, when everything was happening, you were very vocal about it. I was very vocal about it. And we both received so much hate.
So much.
But how do you, in general, you said that, you know, you laugh about it and stuff, but were you always this thick skin about it or did you build it over time?
I think I built it over time a little bit. I think I built it more over time. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes comments will affect you and that's okay. You can affect me. But like, as I live in my multi-million dollar home, driving my McLaren down the street, having my kids in the best schools, going on beautiful holidays 3 times a year, having whatever the hell I want in life, you can sit there and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Do you know what I mean?
I'll shed a tear.
Yeah, no, but like I'm serious. And I'm trying to educate my girls like that as well.
Yeah.
Like my girls, I'm telling my daughters who are 16 and like, well, nearly 17 and 15, like I'm trying to tell them like, you are going to get people in your life that are going to troll you. People are going to tell you that you're ugly. People are going to tell you that you shouldn't be doing this, that you're this or you're that. Ignore it. You know, I'm trying to build them a career right now, which allows them to make money at the age that they're at. And they're slowly coming over to my side because they're realizing the opportunities that I get to have because I've built a brand and I'm trying to get them to create their own brand now because I think it's important for them. Education is fantastic, but it's only going to take you so far. And once you break and able to create your own brand like you have, you start to realize, oh, there are opportunities out there from the norm. And so I want that for my girls. But one of their biggest things was like, oh my gosh, we'll get teased. And I'm like, those people that are teasing you won't know who you are, that you won't know them in 3 or 4 years. Once you leave school, you'll never see them again, most likely.
Yeah.
And whilst you're driving, and this is not about being materialistic, but it's like whilst you're driving in your G-Wagon, because one of them is dying for a G-Wagon.
So am I.
Cool. Whilst you're driving in your G-Wagon at the age of 20, which you bought yourself, right? And you're flying to Bali or you're flying to wherever you want to fly on your own money, not daddy's money, on your own money because you earned it. Those people that were trolling you are long gone and you're living your life. And a lot of these successful people that we see now, be it on social media stars or reality stars or whatever it is, even if you don't agree with what they're doing, they've built their own brand and they're making money. If you look at Logan Paul and Jake Paul, right? Some people cannot stand them.
Right.
Like, I hate them.
Most people hate them.
They hate them. They hate them.
Yeah.
Right? These boys came from nothing. And they have built themselves an absolute empire, not only of wealth, but of a brand.
Yeah, who doesn't know them?
Everyone knows them.
Yeah.
Now, I know Logan personally. I've spent time with Logan. We chat. And I knew Logan before he was even as famous as he is now.
Oh, well.
He's just a good guy. He's a hustler. He's trying to make it. And so, like, even if you don't agree with what they're doing, throw them their flowers of at least they're trying and they're doing something and they're making an impact some way, one way or another. But we're so quickly to diss the people that are doing better than us, right? As soon as they start succeeding, you'll get dissed. And that's what happens to me. Some people will just diss me because they can't stand me.
Right.
I hate him. I'll get comments, I hate that guy. I obviously just recently made an announcement. I was offered a job back home in Australia.
Yep.
For a lot of money. Life-changing money.
I'm sure.
I stayed in Dubai. And when I put that announcement out, again, response beautiful. But there are some people, wish he took the job. And I knew it. I actually
You knew this was coming.
I knew, usually, especially locally on the platform Love in Dubai, they love it there. They breed in the comments.
Of course. They're waiting.
And they're just waiting. And there's a bunch of them that just, I feel sorry for them. They just wait. It's like, you'll get, who is he? I don't care.
Why is this news?
Why is this the same ones? And I'm like, guys, oh my gosh, you're so sad.
Yeah.
You're so sad. You're like, I love you, but you're so sad.
I know.
You know, and why is this news? Now, I'll talk about myself here, but pretending it's not. The guy that has done the radio show in the country for 19 years, right? If that's not news that he was going to leave, I'm not sure what is. Any country in the world, right? If the guy who was on the radio or the TV show was to leave the country to take another job, it would make the news,
it's
right?
News. Yeah.
It's usually what happens. That's what news is. So, I read those comments and I actually kind of feel pity for him. I don't get upset anymore. My skin is definitely thicker than it was. There are still some times where I will get a little bit triggered, especially I remember once there was one about my daughters or my wife, I'm trying to remember, where I kind of clicked back. I did snap back at the person because I was like, yo, be careful what you say, especially in this country.
Yes.
Because there are certain levels. You say whatever you want to say about me, but as soon as you bring my daughter or my wife or my son into it, it's a different story, right? And I think that's where it's at. And I've had some big troll. I've had people troll me where they've tried to get me fired. Like they've gone all the way to the point of like persistently contacting my employers, trying to get me done for something that I did nothing. I really did nothing. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it was, and again, I never met these people. I don't know who they are, but for some reason they had this thing of like, I I don't like him. And that's okay. You're never going to be liked by everybody. The more success you get, the more hate you'll get. You'll get more love as well, but you'll also bring that hate on.
Exactly. You're not pizza. Not everybody can love you.
Oh, true, yeah.
But I forgot who said this, but they said, if you have a problem with me, call me and tell me.
Yeah.
If you don't have my number, it means your opinion doesn't matter.
That's cute. I like that. That's cool.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But like, I don't care. Your opinion does matter. Like, let it talk about it. I don't care. But like, it matters to you. It might matter to you, that opinion, but yeah, to the real world, it doesn't. Like if I listen to what people had told me previously about what not to do and what to do, the biggest example was when I launched Fade Fit, which is my protein company, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had so many people close to me and people far out. What a waste of time. Why are you doing it? This is not your industry. Don't do it. Don't. Stupid. Blah. If I actually listen to them, 7 years later, I've got a business that's worth millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
It's the number one snack company in the UAE, locally made. Number one on the shelves. And I'm talking like, I think we're number 3 in the category. Number 3 in the category means that any protein snack company that is globally, and we have some big billion-dollar companies that are selling, we are number 3 or 4 on the shelf.
That's crazy.
These guys have millions and millions of dollars of marketing, biggest pockets. And here we are as Fade Fit, owned by myself, my family, right? And we're there. And that's because I refused to say no. And I said, I'm going to give it a go. And I want to try to do this. And let's see what happens. What is the harm in trying to do something? I felt passionate about it. I went through my own transformation in health and I wanted to give it a go. And, I kept going. But everyone that told me not to do it actually was a little bit of motivation for me to go like, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. I mean,
wow.
like, honestly, and that's what it got to. I mean, I had an offer of 10 million USD to buy my company, right? And I was like, nope.
No,
It's worth more than that.
Yeah.
It's worth
You're
more
like,
than that. And like, I want to build it, not to sell. I want to build it to just keep going. I'm inspired to keep going with it. Actually, here.
I was going to say, did you bring us some?
Now they're melted because they've been in my pocket. No one's tried these before.
Oh.
These are just hitting the shelves now. These are our new soft protein bars.
Please.
All right, cookies and cream, peanut caramel. They're amazing and love them. Don't try them now.
I'll put them back in the fridge.
But they're not on the shelves as we've recorded this.
Wow.
But they're coming out now in a moment here. But yeah, like I'm so inspired to just keep going, waving the flag of this country. Gone are the days where we have to just buy stuff from overseas, Europe or the States.
Correct.
We are our own power now. And I think we've shown it to the world many times over. I want to be able to, like, fix chocolate. What a great story. Like, what a great story.
Taking over the world.
I love that. Yeah, and it's just such a beautiful story. Like, we are our own people here. We are our own community. We are our own brands. And I think we've got more of that to do here. And I think we're only really at the beginning of it.
Yeah. But there's so much to unpack here, Kris. You threw 7 questions at me and I go. But I think my first one is when all these people say no to you, because even me when I was trying to quit my job and do this full time, I got so many people who were telling me this is such a bad idea. How do you quiet down the noise? How do you know what advice makes sense and what doesn't?
I like to take advice from people that have done it already. There are a lot of people There's a lot of people that give you advice who have never done what you are planning to do or what you've done.
Right.
I've sat in boardroom meetings where people have told me what I should be doing with my career. They have never once gone on the radio. They have never once opened up or had their own social media accounts, which they've managed. But they're going to tell me what I should do. So I want to take advice from you. Don't get me wrong. But I want to take advice from someone that has done it already. Or has lived somewhat in my shoes.
Okay.
So, for example, when I've got to make a big decision, be it my career on radio, I will call up other radio presenters who are usually older than me and have been doing this longer than I have, who have gone through similar experiences that I'm going through, and I get their advice, right? And that's how I make my decisions. I have my own opinions. I have my own gut feel. Believe in your gut. Always trust your gut. It's true. There's something in your gut that knows, right? But then I like to find people that are doing what I'm doing. So even in the snacking industry with Fade Fit, if I'm making a decision, I have other people that have other brands, FMCG, food brands globally. And I will shoot a message. I'm about to do this XYZ. What are your thoughts on this? Hey, yeah, we went through this 3 years ago. Here's my advice. And then I take it upon them. But I won't take advice from someone that, you know, if you're an accountant, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take your advice on how I should run my social media. Do you get me?
Yes.
But that's what happens sometimes. Because all of a sudden everyone feels like they can just give you that advice. And I'm the same. I don't want to give advice to someone that I don't believe I have the knowledge of giving that advice to.
Of course.
I'll be straight out. I'll be like,
I don't know anything.
That's not my field. That's not my industry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do there. So, you know, try to find someone that has already done it.
Yeah, because a lot of times people will project their own limited beliefs or their restrictions onto you. So that's why you need to know who you take advice from. But also you have successfully built a brand, and from that brand, you've expanded into so many other things. And I feel like at some point you went through this like reinvention, right? I would say, but you've done it so well. You're definitely one of the biggest success stories of Dubai. What advice do you have for other people today, like me, who have a brand and who are new to Dubai, who are trying to build? What do you think worked in your favor?
Don't take too long.
Okay.
Speed is everything.
Okay.
Move quick. Don't be slow. Go. Hurry. Let's do it. What are you waiting for? The time is now. Your next opportunity just went past you. You didn't take it. Move.
Okay.
That's my biggest advice. People are slow.
Yeah.
Slow. Go, roll. Let's do it. What are you waiting for? It's my biggest. The team that helped me run Fade Fit, they hear it from me all the time. They hate me for it, I'm sure. They hate me. They hate me. Why is it taking so long? Why is this so long? Why? Who is the person? If you want something done, get out there and go and do it now before someone takes your opportunity, someone takes your idea and does it. And then you look back and you'll be like, oh, I had that idea. I should have done it. I should have gone. That's one. The other thing is consistency. That's the hardest thing people find. They start something and then they just stop doing it, or they don't do it enough. Consistency is everything. I post on Instagram every day. Minimum once a day for the last 12 years. Minimum. I try to do 2 a day every day. 2 a day every day for the last 12 years on social media. 2 a day every day. Consistency is everything. You talk to any successful YouTuber, consistency. They just keep doing it until we all started off. I mean, I got 1 million followers on my Instagram, right? But like, you know, we all started off with none. We all started off with 5, 6, 7. Like we all built it together. You know, I think some people don't realize that. They think, oh, look at them, 19 million followers. Yeah, well, they built it.
They built it.
They gave them a reason for people to come and follow them, and they'll judge them on it. Oh, but the content's like, oh, I don't like the content. Oh, but they're doing that. Oh, it's like, dude. This is what they've chosen to do, and they've successfully done it. They're doing it, you know? So, yeah, I just think speed is a really big thing. You know, in a meeting the other day with my Fade Fit team, we were just throwing around ideas, and I had one that I wanted to do. Well, someone actually suggested it, which we had already tried to launch, but we didn't do it well. We never got it off the ground. And so we were talking about collaborations.
Yeah.
Like, let's do a collab, Fade Fit and another brand on a certain thing that we want to release. And I threw out a name and everyone was like, oh, yeah, that would be cool. Now, thankfully, I have a lot of contacts here. And that's another thing that you need if you want to be successful, your network, meet people, talk to people, get numbers, get emails, get contacts, do what you got to do.
On that, what is the best advice you have to properly build a network?
Talk to people.
Just talk to people.
Talk to people. Talk every day to people. Anywhere you walk into a room is your next opportunity. You don't know who it is. You don't know who that person in that room is. Right?
I agree. You know, I got like my biggest collaboration from a queue for the toilet.
Man, my snacks are in Saudi Arabia because I was waiting in a line and I sparked up a conversation with someone.
See?
Like that's how they're in there. The person ran all of the snacking industry in Saudi at one point and got me on the counters. But it was just how you doing? Good? Yeah, good. What are you doing? Like that's how it is, right? So converse with everybody.
Perfect.
Don't walk into rooms and just be like, learn to talk to one
Be
another.
curious, right?
Yeah, learn. And don't be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Just learn to talk to people. And if you don't know how to talk, learn, practice. I didn't always sound like this. I wasn't always this confident. I was a shy kid with a lisp.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Talk to my parents. Used to talk like this until I was like, I think 11 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, I was ashamed. I knew I had a lisp as well. So I was like sort of reluctant to talk sometimes. But I wasn't always confident. And people were like, oh, you're so confident on stage. I'm like, I never used to be. Practice makes perfect.
Agreed.
Keep doing it. Get out there and do it. But yeah, going back to this
to your collaboration.
Yeah, as soon as we left that meeting, I just shot a message instantly to the person that could make the decision on it.
Yeah.
But like, the meeting finished at 2:03. I'm like, comes back with, I go back. They reply with, I like the idea. I'll put you in contact with our person. Done. Screenshot it, send it to the team. 5 minutes after we've left the meeting, I said, deal looks good. We'll get this done. Everyone's like, whoa. But I'm like, that's speed. I'm not going to go and sit on it for a week. I'm going to put it out there to the universe now.
Yeah.
Like, go for it. What are we waiting for? This is your biggest tool in life, right? This is it. Your phone. This is it. Our WhatsApp for me is the greatest invention ever. I don't own a computer. I don't really do emails. I do WhatsApp. I am 24/7 on WhatsApp. We have been in this podcast for a little bit and my WhatsApp is blowing up.
Yep.
And all I'm looking at is like,
I need to reply.
I need to reply.
Yeah.
I got to reply.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because and you talk to people were like, dude, I send you messages on WhatsApp at any time and you reply instantly.
I agree. You always reply immediately.
Yeah, you message me at 10 p.m. at night, I'm replying. You message me at 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm replying.
Yeah.
People are like, what is wrong with you? Is it auto-reply? Is it AI? I'm like, no, dude, it's me. Now, it's probably not good for my mental health.
It's really not good.
I probably need to relax. And that's one thing that I'm making more of a conscious effort to do is like give myself more time away from this, right? Like I am trying to. But I'm sorry, like this makes me money. This
is work.
This is my, like, even now, like I know we're doing this, but whilst I've got it open, I'm sending a video that I'm sending to my management that they need to approve because it needs to be approved in the next 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm on it, I'm nonstop. I feel like people don't move quick enough. And most of the successful people that I know who have made like, and it's not just about money. It's about success of building brands and empires. They move so quick. They just move. They get on with it.
See, Kris, I was hoping you would give me a solution because I have the same problem with WhatsApp. For me, I hate a notification that's unanswered.
Good.
So my WhatsApp never has unread messages.
Same.
Ever.
You ever see someone screenshot you or something and they send it to you and then you see in the bottom it's like
64 unread. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I can't go to bed.
Same.
If I go to bed and there's a message that's like left, I got to read it.
Yeah,
even if it means I just hold it and not open it, but I just want to read it just to make sure.
I need to know what it is.
Yeah, all right, I can do that now. I can.
Yeah, is that urgent?
That's how we are, and that's okay. I think that's actually a good thing for us. Like,
yeah, we're locked in.
That's why That's why you're doing this. This is why you're successful. This is why it works. And not everyone has to be like that. I get it. This is how I was cut. This is how I am built. My dad gets frustrated. You know, he's staying with me right now. He's come on a little trip. He's seeing me like, I'm going to invest in this company. I'm going to do that. He's like, what? Can you stop? Why do you want to do more? I'm like, Daddy, I want to do more, Dad. I want to do more. I don't want to stop. I'll stop later on and I'll relax.
Yeah.
You know, but he sees me on the phone. He's like, what are you doing now? I said, I'm going to invest in this business. But why? Because I like it. I love the idea about it. I think it's going to go places. But you have enough. I'm like, yeah, I know I have enough. But it's not about the money side of things. It's the mental side of things. It's the want. It's the need. I need it. If you put me on an island and I have to sit there, I will go mentally crazy, I think.
You think?
Yeah, I'm bad.
We should try it.
No,
That'd be great content, Kris.
No. I'll be bad. Everything, like my mind, that's where my body starts to, you keep me busy, my neck doesn't hurt as much. I feel better. You put me on like nothing to do mode, I'm like, What do we do? Dana White once said it, he's the founder of the UFC, president of the UFC. I'm a big UFC fan, fight fan. He said, I'm a better person working. I'm exactly the same. I am a better person working. You know, me not working is not fun sometimes. Even us, the family, when we're on vacation, we're fun, but I'm still like, all right, everyone out of the house in 9 minutes.
Oh, you have a schedule on holiday.
I'm not a schedule, but I want to get no, it's not a schedule. It's like we've got hours in the day. I want to use them.
That's cool having a schedule.
Yeah, the girl. Well, my daughters. One day, if you have teenage daughters, they want to wake up at 12 p.m.
That's me right now.
They want stop that. Stop that. You have to stop that.
It's holiday.
No, it's not a holiday. You don't holiday.
My sister is like you. She'll be like, okay, 9 p.m. we need to be there. Let's use the day. We have a scheduled nap time.
No, you go. You go. You can't wake up. You're waking up at 12 o'clock?
On holiday.
No, I think you're waking up now at 12 o'clock.
No, I'm here and I wake up at 9.
I don't think you do. I think you're lying to me.
No, I wake up at 9.
You wake up at 9?
I promise.
9 is still too late, Shin. 9 is too late.
But I work at night,
I
though.
don't care. 9 is too late.
Okay, what time should I be waking up?
7? 7. I'll give you 7:30.
Okay, 7:30.
If you're waking up at 9, you're actually not probably kicking off your day till 10:30.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's when I get in. No, too late. Okay, fine.
Once you've built the $1 billion empire.
Yeah, then I can.
Then you can come in and rock in because you know you got your team working and you're like everything's still rolling and you're good. But until then, man, you can't be doing 9 p.m. You can't. And it's not because it just teaches you because there is that real saying of there are other people doing podcasts or creating whatever it is, and
they are hustling while I'm sleeping.
You are sleeping, unless it's making money for you whilst you sleep.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing. I'm always thinking about how can I make money whilst I sleep? Because they always say that, my online sales for Fade Fit, it does. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, look at all these orders we got overnight. That's great, But yeah, I think just, you don't have to hustle. You don't have to be this person who's driven and wanting to succeed. Having a beautiful 9-to-5 job is great.
Yeah.
And for many of you, that's where your soul sits. It gives you everything that you need. You have your life, your health, and that's all you want. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And we all need to have that. Everyone has a role in this on this earth. If we didn't have the guys who collect the rubbish, we'd have rubbish piling up every single day. So we need that role. And those guys do an amazing job at doing it, right? If we didn't have the guys that, sold us the fruit in the grocery store, well, how would we weigh it ourselves? So we do a press, we're all here in this quote unquote matrix of a life, but we all play a role and you have to decide where do you want to sit in that, and I know where I want to sit and hopefully I'll continue doing it.
But this almost hunger for hustling for more, as you said, you have enough.
It's a disease.
Right? But is it from a place of ambition, you think, or is it from a place of fear of if I stop, what happens?
Oh, a bit of both. Yeah. I mean, I think about it sometimes, I have this fear, right? When you work in what I do, like radio, especially when radio is my only source of income, it's a very hard profession, radio. First of all, you don't get paid well. 95 or 90% of radio presenters aren't getting paid well. We're getting money, we're getting a salary.
Yeah.
But it's not like, whoa, this is woo. Now, there is a certain amount of presenters globally that find the success where they can make good money.
Sure.
All right. Touch wood, I have found that. Right. I make good money off my radio job and I'm grateful for it. But I always if I lost that job, but this is before everything else, I'm like, what do I do? How am I going to make my money? I've got kids to support. I've got this to do. I've got that to do. I'm not going to be able to do it. And it came from fear of I want to keep going. I need to make more money. I need to make sure that radio is not my only source of money, because just in case Virgin Radio want to fire me one day, or I say the wrong thing and I get kicked out of the country, or whatever it is, I've got to make sure that I'm protected for not for me, for my children. Once you have kids, it completely changes.
Of course.
You don't have to look after yourself anymore. You're looking after these little things that you created. So, yeah, it comes from fear as well. Even now, to a point where, I sat down with a financial advisor and we went through a lot of everything that I've got.
My nightmare, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing though. Like it is a good thing just to see it, where my investments are, where my money is, all that. And, at the end of it, he was like, all right, you don't have to work if you don't want to, you know that.
Yeah.
Like if you want to.
So you could retire now if you wanted to.
If I wanted to, I mean, would I be living the opulent life, the life that I'm living right now, flying, every time we fly, there's 6 of us that flying and I'm putting him in business class and that just kills me every single time. So now I've put a new rule into the family, under 4 hours, we all go economy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can we contest that rule?
Yeah, no, I only implemented it on the last trip.
I feel bad for everyone.
And we all sat there and I was like, I didn't fly business till I was 32 years old.
Same in my 30s.
Yeah, I had no money. And so my kids, I put a video of my 2-year-old.
That little tushy is taking that seat.
No, you know what happened? My 2-year-old for the first time flew. He's had a bunch of flights. He flew economy. And mind you, it was premium economy on Emirates.
Oh,
he gets in the seat.
Yeah.
The thing got 1 million views because he's like,
it's not going back.
Back. And I'm like, no, son, that's the chair. He starts crying. He's like literally crying. And I'm like, oh my God.
This is not the life I'm used to.
I know. And I'm like, he's 2 years old. But I could, I don't want to say the word retire, but I could just stop working for the next 20 years and everything's fine. I'm good. The kids are good. My wife is good.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. I want to keep going. I want to build upon building, but I do want to handbrake it up at some time in my life. And it might not be forever, but it will be for months. I want to be able to say, I'm going to take the next 8 weeks pretty much, not completely off.
Slower.
We're going to go and, I don't know, sit on an island somewhere for a couple of weeks here. We're going to go back home to Sydney, go hang out with the family for a month. We'll go to LA and see my wife's family and just chill. I want to do more of that. Not now. All right, I've still got more years on me.
Yeah.
But that's how I want to live it, eventually.
But that's the best situation to be in, right? It's like, you've made it. Now you can hustle on your own terms.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way. But I think you lose the game sometimes. I think a lot of people do it where they never stop and they keep going until they unfortunately die and they realize, well, what did I do all that work for?
I
don't want to do that. I want to be happy and I want to enjoy the hard work. My greatest gifts that I love is I love giving gifts to other people because that is a little bit of a payoff for me that I worked hard. I have this beautiful life that I'm able to give to other people.
Amazing.
And that makes, I feel greedy because I'm actually benefiting from it. They'll be like, no, I don't need that. Stop it. Don't buy me that. Or I don't need to go. And just this week on the show, 2 of the girls that work on the show, and they have money and they're okay, but they hadn't gone on a holiday. Their visas kept getting rejected. So I just that's it. I booked them 2 tickets to Bali with an Airbnb on the spot. I said, bang, there it is. You're leaving. And they went to Bali, right? God. But they were like, no, we don't need it. And I'm like, no, this makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I am going to watch your Instagram stories.
And be happy.
And be so happy that you guys are in Bali having the best time of your life, the 2 of you, that you'll remember for the rest of your life. It makes me feel happy.
Yeah.
So I said it's a win-win situation.
Of course.
Well, I've got the finances to do it. I'm okay to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and they say no act of goodness is selfless anyway. But there's nothing wrong with an act of goodness. That's a little bit selfish because everybody's
100%.
benefiting from it.
Do it. I'm all right with it. I'm all right. Roll it. Let's go.
But talking about you making the decision to stay in Dubai, I really like when I read your announcement, there was one thing I read which I really liked, which was where you said at some point you need to realize that the dream that you had in your 20s is not necessarily it. Now you need to also focus on the life you built in your 40s.
Correct.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I was offered my dream job. When I was in my 20s, early 20s, I got into radio in Sydney and I worked for a company out there called ARN, which is the Australian Radio Network. I worked for a radio station there called The Edge. It was the beginning of my radio career. It's where I learnt the craft of radio. Radio is a craft. You have to learn it. The biggest job in radio is the morning show. I always dreamt of having a big morning show in Sydney, in Australia, where I was born. 20 years ago, I wasn't offered that opportunity. And you know why? Because I wasn't ready for that opportunity. I didn't learn my craft well enough then. I was still a junior. Doing radio here for the last 19 years, I've been able to understand the craft of radio and I've been able to build what I've built. I got that job offered to me on fantastic money in my home city where my mum and dad are, my brother, my sisters, my entire life. It was a dream come true. But then I realized that it was the dream that I had in my early 20s. The dream that I have now, I'm living it. And that's having the biggest radio show in the region here. And I knew that I wasn't ready to give that up. And I'm not saying that I'll never go back home to do radio, ever. I don't want to ever close the door because you never know where life's going to take you.
Right.
But I knew that my dream in my 20s had definitely evolved and changed in my 40s. And where I am right now, my dream, I'm living it. I'm living in Dubai. I'm living in the UAE. I've got my friends. I've got family around me now. And I'm having a good time doing it. So I'm going to keep rolling the dice here and keep creating more memories here for my family and, be able to spend more time in Australia. I want to spend more time. My parents are getting older. So either I spend more time there or they spend more time here with me. But no matter what, I want to spend more time back home or with the family. But yeah, right now, you realize it. Your dreams don't have to always be the same. Your dreams that you had when you were 15 years old are different to when you were 25. When you're 25, they're different at 35. You think you know everything at the age of 25. Someone is 25 or around that age right now listening to this or watching this. You guys think you know everything in your life. You don't. When you reach 35, you're going to be a different person. When you're 35, you're going to be different at 45. I'm 46 years old, right?
Mashallah.
I'm 46 years old. Like I've learned a lot in my life. I am a different person to who I was when I was 35. Definitely different at the age of 25. And and what I like to do is I talk to people older than me. I spoke to a friend of mine who's 55 years old. I said, yo, at 45 years old, you the same person that you are at 55? And hell no, man. I'm so different. I'm like, why? I want to know because I'm going to be you. I want to understand. So you always evolve. You always change. You learn as you go. And that's what life's about. Just keep learning. Keep learning along the way and, help one another out doing it. Speak to old people. Old people know it.
Well, speaking to old people, I'll do it now.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
But Kris, you're very self-reflective and very high emotional intelligence for a man. No offense. Where does that come from? Did you work on it?
Came from a great loving family. I think that's one thing. We are who we are, I think, of our families and how we were brought up. I think love is a really important thing.
Agree.
Showing love to a child is really important, I've realized, because I think that's how we become who we are as we get older. I'm not saying it's always like that. There are people that didn't receive love, but I think they're okay now. So I think I already had that in me. I had this, I don't know who I am of empathy and compassion. I think that's important. I have read and heard from so many people over the years, be it on social media or on the radio, of heartache stories of what they're going through. I have heard and felt the pain of other people. When you hear the horror stories that others are going through, it puts your life into a different type of light. So I'm really respectful that I have what I have and I don't take it for granted. I've said it before, but every morning I walk out of my front door and I lift my hands up. I look up to God and I say, thank you for another beautiful day, God. Let's roll. And I do it every day because nothing's for granted because it can all get taken away like that. So I think that's where it comes from. I've heard so many stories of others that just, I think, gosh, how are they doing it?
Right.
And so when you hear that, it enables you to be better as a person. And I think once you reflect on your own life and what you have, you realize, gosh, my life is really good. Some people don't do that. Some people don't reflect enough on their own lives.
Agreed.
They don't realize the blessings that they have around them, and they just talk about and look at the negatives that they have.
What's missing?
What's missing? Why don't I have that? Why does he have that? Why does she have that and I don't have that? Why? When you just stop, look at what you have. Health is everything.
And you're living the dreams that you had at one point. So
yeah,
gratitude.
Exactly. Yeah.
Listen, I know we're running out of time, Kris, and I know I only have a short amount of time with you. I could go on forever. But the last bit is I actually asked the audience to send in some quick fire round questions for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, very quick.
Okay.
What's one thing money made easier?
Life. Money is good. What's the saying? Like, money doesn't make the life, I don't know, there's a saying, money makes life easier.
Yes.
Just in general, life, when you don't have to worry about paying a bill. My DEWA bill came yesterday, 10,280 dirhams.
God.
All right, that's my DEWA bill. 10,000 dirhams.
How much water are you consuming?
I don't know, but I'm talking to the kids. But I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I pay it. I remember when I couldn't pay the 900 dirham Diwa bill, when I struggled to pay that. I remember when I had my first kid, and that's what drew my anxiety. I went through anxiety because I didn't have a lot of money. I had a baby on the way, and I'm like, how am I going to look after this baby? That brought anxiety, mental anxiety, physical anxiety, numbness in my body. Like literally it brought it on. Money, when you have it, you don't have to worry about those certain moments. How do I pay the bill? How do I pay a school bill? How do I get the car fixed? Just get it done. Let's go. So yes, life in general.
Perfect. And what's one thing money couldn't fix?
A good one. I don't know yet.
We'll find out.
It's fixing everything. Well, no, again, touch wood, I'm not, and I hope I never have it. Money can't fix an issue like cancer.
Correct. Health scares.
Health is what it is. You know, I talk about it on my show that I've got a chronic neck issue where I'm supposed to do a surgery. Even if I do the surgery, I don't know if it's going to help me. I don't know. The doctor's like, oh, we'll have to see. Could make it worse. You're not sure, but it could make it better. You know, no matter how much money I have.
Yeah.
And believe me, I just bought a hyperbaric chamber at my house.
Amazing.
Right? So I'm going to sit in that hyperbaric chamber. Hopefully it's going to make it better for me, but I don't know. Right? But that costs a hell of a lot of money.
Yep.
Right? But it may not fix it. So health is everything. If you have got your health, if you wake up every morning and you have your health, that is the biggest blessing. And I know it's cliche, but talk to anyone. I mean, man, go back in time and talk to Steve Jobs. The guy created one of the greatest companies of all time, had all the money he ever wanted in the world, and then unfortunately we lost him in his 50s. Right? Because of, I think, cancer, prostate maybe. I forget which cancer it was. If someone could have told him in his ear at the age of 35, this is what's going to happen to you in your 50s.
Exactly.
His whole life would have changed.
Of course.
You know, we probably wouldn't even be holding these phones because your priorities change. Health is everything.
Agreed. And what's your biggest insecurity? You'll be surprised how many people ask this.
Well, you think I'm insecure? There's nothing. I'm so
I think
confident.
it's because they can't tell.
Biggest insecurity? Good question. I'll give you these clickbait parts that you can use. Wow, that was good. That was a good question. How am I going to answer that? My biggest insecurity? Failure? Yeah, I guess failure. It doesn't have to be business or success. Maybe just failure as a friend, as a husband, as a father. That's my insecurity. Am I doing a good enough job? I'm pretty hard on myself. And I've always said we are harder on ourselves than we are to others. And I'm trying to be kinder to myself. I believe I've done a remarkable job, and I think it's important to pat yourself on the back sometimes. As a father, I feel like I'm ticking all the boxes, right? And it's not easy to be a parent. Once you become a parent, you realize it's not easy. So I think my insecurities would be like just making sure that I'm always raising the bar for my children, for my wife, for my family, for my parents, for my brothers, my sisters. I always want to be that person. There's a lot of pressure. I feel a lot of pressure on me. You know, I've got a lot of people that rely on me. You know, God forbid, if anything happened to me, it would affect a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, not from just a business or a work environment, but from a personal environment. So I feel that pressure of I've always got to keep going because I've got people to make sure that I supply for, people that I feed, people that I look after, people that I whatever. So my insecurity is that I don't ever want to fail them. I want to keep performing for them. I want to keep going.
That can be a great North Star, but also a big burden to carry.
100%. Yeah, it's a burden. Yeah. But, you know, my mum always tells me, Habib, you always doing too much for others and stop it. And why are you? And I'm like, nah, mom, I'm good. This is what I'm born to do. This is what I feel like I want to do. You know, I'm happy with it, you know. And I think sometimes it takes a toll on me mentally and physically, but I'm doing a better job looking after myself, I feel. You know, I'm trying to look after myself a little bit more. I train 6 days a week. You know, I try to do a little bit of meditating if my mind shuts off. I try to. But I'm getting into it a little bit more these days, and hopefully, you know, it'll be better for me in the future.
Amazing. And final one, what is the most overrated thing about fame?
I always tell people, be careful what you're famous for. You don't want to be famous. And if you want to be famous, be careful what you're famous for. Because you can be famous for some bad things.
Yeah.
You can be famous for the wrong reasons. Fame is a really cool thing if you're famous for the right thing. For me, my fame, I love it. Come and spend the day with me and see the experience that we get. There's nothing better than someone coming up to you and giving you a hug and saying, I love you. I love what you've done. You don't know them. You don't know who they are. I had a family come to the radio studio this morning that lived in Dubai for 17 years. They're going back home to Lebanon for a couple. They just wanted to come through. They listened to the show every morning. They just wanted to come through and say goodbye. Their way of saying goodbye was saying goodbye to us. That's how they were saying goodbye to Dubai. You know, an 8-year-old girl and a 9-year-old boy came in with the parents. I hadn't met these kids before. They ran up to me and gave me a hug like they were my own kids. Like I got down and I gave them a hug. And I'm hugging these children and they're like, we're going to miss you, Kris. And I miss you too. Like that for me, that's what fame's about. Like that's what it is. You know, going back home to Sydney, Australia and just going into the mall and just having a random woman that you've never met come up to go, I like you. I like what you do. You know, and you're like, oh, well, cool, loving to meet you. Walking the streets in LA with my wife and just a random couple will come up and, you know, they'll be like Mexican and Brianna, my wife's Mexican. They're like, we love you, Brianna. We love you. We love that you represent us Latinas around the world. Like, and I'm like, that makes me happy. Brianna wasn't famous when, you know, she got into this relationship with me. She was just a woman that worked in LA and came to Dubai and she was very non-camera, didn't want to be on camera, didn't want to do anything. And now she's all of a sudden, she was on this reality show, Dubai Bling with me, and now she's on my social media. She's got her own social media platform. So and I look at that and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. And I said to her, baby, you famous now. You famous, you know, but like, I love it. Fame's a beautiful thing if you're famous for the right thing, you know, but early on in my radio career, the gentleman that I've always spoken about, one of my first bosses, Charlie, said, don't get into radio trying to become, for 3 reasons. Don't get into radio to make money and become rich. Don't get into radio thinking that you're funny or trying to be funny. And don't get into radio to become famous. If you do any of those 3, you most likely won't succeed. And that always stuck with me. So I got into radio never wanting those 3. But they all came. I don't know about the funny side. You guys can judge that.
Nah.
But like the money and the fame definitely came from it. But it came in an authentic way. And that's why, like, you know, on the Bling show that we did, which so many people watched, like so many people came up to me like, oh my gosh, you guys were so different to everyone else on the show. Oh my gosh, you were so relatable. Oh my gosh, and it was like, because during the filming, like Brianna and I just wanted to be ourselves. I wasn't living it up. I wasn't exaggerating my life. I wasn't trying to be someone that I wasn't. And even though we were pushed to try to be someone that we weren't, you know, there's a scene of me getting off a private jet. And I'm like, and I actually didn't want to do that scene. I'm like, guys, I don't fly private. I've never flown private. I don't want to do that scene. And we went to an abandoned plane in Dubai, walking off a fake jet. They're like, no, we want it for the opening shot and da-da-da, please. And like, you know, the producers do a great job. Like, they're amazing at their craft.
They're selling a show.
And they're doing what they've got to do. But like, that's when I was like, oh, no, this show, I don't think it's for me. Because it's not telling an authentic story as much as I want it to be. You know, so I always want to keep it real. And yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens.
Amazing.
More to come.
Final message to the audience. Tell them what advice you have for anybody in terms of, let's say it was, how old were you when you moved to Dubai?
26.
26. Let's say
27.
27-year-old Kris landed in Dubai today.
Yep.
What advice would you have to them to make a name?
I would go and start a snack company called Fade Fit real quickly and buy them everywhere. If I'm talking to my old self, I wouldn't have changed anything. I'm happy with what I did. I drove, man. I went hard. I did what you had to do. I grinded. People see me now. They didn't see who I was when I was 27 years old. I landed in this country, about $10,000 to my name, which half of it came from mum and dad as a going away present. And I knew absolutely no one. And we just worked. We worked. I worked for the best radio station in this country, Virgin Radio. I was lucky to get that job. And I just used that to build everything else that I've got. And I'm grateful for everything, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change the first woman that I married who I'm divorced to. I wouldn't change anything. I would just, let's roll it the way that it is. And let's see, the outcome is this. I'm happy with it.
So you're saying the recipe would work even in today's time?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It'd probably be easier.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have social media back then. Facebook had just kicked off. That was it. You know, if you gave me the tools now, back then, to jump on it, I think it's easier to do it. Global fame is a lot easier as well. We're all in each other's businesses around the world now because of social media. Yeah. Right?
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Kris, for being here and for being so generous with your time and your wisdom. And I'm sure we'll do it again because there's so much more to explore.
Thank you for having me. You're amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. And part two soon.
Done.
Cool.
Thank you.